Hello, I'm Matteo Bigoni, Head of Taxonomies at the Climate Bonds Initiative. As the impacts of climate change intensify, financing for adaptation and resilience has never been more urgent. Yet, the current flows of resilience finance really fall short of the actual needs, with the UNEP estimating an annual adaptation finance gap of between $200 and $366 billion. Certification under the Climate Bond Standard can help close this gap by building confidence in resilience investments. In September 2024 at the New York Climate Week, Climate Bonds launched the Climate Bonds Resilience Taxonomy, or CBRT. The CBRT informs issuers, investors, and policymakers about the types of investments that can be considered robust under an adaptation and resilience strategy. As you've learned throughout the series of videos, the CBRT is built around two core components. The first component is the methodology document, which describes the framework, its underlying concepts, and processes-based approaches for defining contribution to adaptation and resilience in more complex cases. The second component is the CBRT spreadsheet, which essentially represents the taxonomy itself. It includes investments categorized across 7 adaptation and resilience themes, as well as a list of those considered automatically eligible under each theme. Earlier this year, the Climate Bond Standard also expanded to include the possibility of certifying against adaptation and resilience criteria. This means that issuers can now certify debt instruments not only for mitigation, but also for adaptation and resilience. Certification helps demonstrate that investments are designed to withstand, adapt, and thrive in face of climate risks. In a nutshell, as we explained throughout the previous videos, to be certified, investment must meet 3 key requirements. Substantial contribution to resilience, that means a measurable reduction in vulnerability or exposure to climate impacts. No maladaptation, that is avoiding any unintentional increase in vulnerability to climate impacts. And the do no significant harm component to mitigation, which means that the investment does not undermine climate mitigation efforts, for example by increasing greenhouse gas emissions. Some CBRT investments were pre-assessed during the development process and automatically meet part of these requirements, whilst others require issuers to provide evidence. Please refer to video 2 for a more in-depth explanation. The certification of instruments that finance adaptation and resilience investments follows the same principles and processes as other climate bonds certifications. Verification is required by Climate Bonds approved verifier, who will assess the conformance of the debt instrument, for instance a bond or a loan, or of an asset or a project with the Climate Bond Standard version 4.3, as well as the CBRT. Certification requires that the approved verifier issues a verification report confirming conformance with the Climate Bond Standard and the CBRT criteria. With certification under the Climate Bond Standard, investors can be confident that adaptation and resilience investments are credible, science-based, and align with global best practices, helping to scale finance for climate resilience worldwide. Thank you so much for watching this series. All related resources, including the Climate Bonds Taxonomy and the CBRT, and more about our certification scheme are all available on our website. And obviously, please feel free to get in touch if you'd like to learn more.